Manchester United remain in talks with Paris Saint-Germain to find a solution for a deal to sign Manuel Ugarte, whom they have an agreement with, but journalist Fabrizio Romano has exclusively told GIVEMESPORT that the Red Devils are still a way off a deal for the Paris Saint-Germain midfielder, with other targets also still being considered by Old Trafford bosses. Ugarte has been linked throughout the summer, with various reports suggesting that the midfielder is edging closer to a move to the northwest. United have been active in the transfer market and a clear rebuild is underway by new minority owners Ineos, but with fans in the dark over who their new midfielder will be, Romano has stated that there is nothing imminent just yet on the deal with 5 weeks left in the window. Man Utd heavily searching for midfield options. The Red Devils need to start advancing in their efforts. Manuel Ugarte. Ugarte had the choice between Chelsea and PSG last summer, choosing the French club after Chelsea backed out of the race for his signature, and as a result, spent his first season in France last time out. It wasn't a bad season by any means, but with PSG preparing to sell the star, it has opened the door up to United to sign a player who was largely fancied by many of Europe's clubs last season. Personal terms have reportedly been agreed, but a fee is still a long way off completion, and having signed Joshua Zirkzee and Lenny Yoro already for fees that have totaled just under £100 million, sales are needed. Romano. Man Utd, considering other options. A deal for Ugarte may not be permissible. Speaking exclusively to GIVEMESPORT on Thursday afternoon, Romano stated that the Red Devils would need to sell some players before they can buy. Despite agreeing personal terms with Ugarte, talks with PSG have not exactly developed into anything strong. He said, "At the moment still, I think it is ultra important for Manchester United, after signing Lenny Yoro, to sell some players, so this remains the idea. Nothing is close yet, nothing is imminent yet. But it is important to say that Manchester United are considering several players. They have an agreement with Manuel Ugarte on the contract, and he has the same agent as Lenny Yoro. They are still working on the club side with Paris Saint-Germain, but there is nothing imminent yet on the deal." Earlier today, we covered news from Inter Live about Inter's lack of interest in a swap deal involving Manchester United's Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Denzel Dumfries, but there is now a further update about the Dutchman's situation at the Nerazzurri and interest from United. The report from Inter Live has also mentioned United's interest in Christian Aslani, but it seems as if the Red Devils remain quite interested in the situation of Dumfries. The latest from the Inter Live states that United are carefully monitoring the situation of the Dutchman. And it is manager Erik ten Hag, who is trying to convince the club's management to sign the wing-back. The Manchester United boss holds Dumfries in high esteem, and wants the club to make an offer of about €20 million. They state that Dumfries' future is still in doubt at Inter and a lot of it depends on his renewal. However, the previous report from the outlet had suggested Inter have no interest in a swap involving Wan-Bissaka and their wing-back, because the new deal was close and progress was being made. So despite the latest report stating that Ten Hag is quite keen on signing Dumfries, the move should not be considered likely at this stage. Manchester United could be close to securing their third signing of the summer transfer window. The Red Devils have already recruited Joshua Zirkzee and Lenny Yoro this summer, and they have now received a boost with West Ham United pulling out of talks for Bayern Munich's Noussair Mazraoui. The Hammers recently reached an agreement over the transfer fee as well as personal terms, but they have walked out of the deal after failing to agree terms with his agent, as per Florian Plettenberg. United are now pushing to sign the former Ajax star. They are in advanced talks for his services. Mazraoui's injury record makes him a risky signing. The Red Devils are considering the departure of Aaron Wan-Bissaka. The 26-year-old has entered the final year of his contract and could be sold in the near future. The club are trying to find a successor in advance, but we don't believe Mazraoui would be a good fit. The Moroccan is a right-back by trade, but he made a handful of appearances at left-back last term. United could consider him for both roles under manager Erik ten Hag. Mazraoui is a solid ball-playing defender. He had a passing accuracy of 90% last season with an average of 3.9 duels won. He also registered 3.3 recoveries, 1.7 tackles and 1.2 clearances per game. The four-time league winner registered 4 assists from 1,982 minutes, but his injury record is a concern. He has missed 30 games for club and country over the last 2 years with multiple setbacks. United don't need another injury-plagued defender in their squad next term. Diogo Dalot was the only fit fullback for the whole of last season. Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw and Tyrell Malacia all spent time on the sidelines with respective injuries. Mazraoui is available on the cheap with a price of £13 million plus £4.50 in add-ons, but he would not represent a good piece of business due to his fitness concerns. Still, we won't be surprised if United go through with the deal. Ten Hag managed Mazraoui during his time at Ajax and believes he could unlock the potential of Antony. Manchester United transfer target Jared Branthwaite is reportedly unwilling to sign a new contract with Everton unless they match the £160,000 a week offer made by the Red Devils. The 22-year-old established himself as one of the Premier League's top young defenders last season, during which he made 35 league appearances and scored 3 goals. United proposed 2 offers for the centre-back after the 2023-24 season concluded, with the first being in the region of £35 million plus £10 million in add-ons, while the second was £45 million plus £5 million in add-ons. Both offers were turned down almost immediately, as Everton had set a valuation of £70 million for the one-time capped England international. Branthwaite arrived at Goodison Park from Carlisle United in the January 2020 transfer window and was sent on back-to-back loans to Blackburn Rovers and PSV Eindhoven before securing a regular starting spot under Sean Dyche last season. Man United handed Branthwaite transfer boost. While formal negotiations over new terms between the Toffees and Branthwaite are yet to commence, the Daily Mail report that the 22-year-old is unwilling to accept less than the £160,000 a week wage that United tabled earlier this summer. The report adds that if the centre-back gets his wish, he will be in line for a significant increase, given that he currently pockets roughly £70,000 a week. It is understood that United remains interested in Branthwaite, but he is not among their major priorities given his hefty price tag, and after the club secured the services of Lenny Yoro. Yoro, who is considered one of the most promising young centre-backs in Europe, finalised his transfer to Manchester last week after the club agreed on a £52 million deal with Lille. The Red Devils are also believed to still be in talks with Bayern Munich over a deal for Netherlands international Matthijs de Ligt. Reports last week suggested that Erik ten Hag's side had tested the water with a bid of around £30 million for the Dutch international, though it fell some way short of Bayern's valuation. Man United handed boost in race for Branthwaite. United still seeking defensive reinforcements. Bolstering their defense has been a major focus for United this summer, with Raphael Varane departing the club after his contract ended, and Willy Kambwala now sold to Villarreal. Victor Lindelof is available for transfer, and the Red Devils might also consider selling Harry Maguire, who is now in the final 12 months of his current contract, if the right offer comes in. Additionally, United are keen to acquire a fullback due to concerns about Luke Shaw's long-term fitness and Tyrell Malacia's ongoing recovery, as he has not yet returned to full training after a year-long absence. Ten Hag's side have recently been linked with a move for former Chelsea star Marcos Alonso, as well as Crystal Palace fullback Tyrick Mitchell.